What is up, guys, gals, everything in between and out of the spectrum? My name is Joe Dirt, and welcome to the first actual real YouTube video that we've uploaded to the channel. This is going to be something a little different. I want to test an unboxing of sorts, and I've done some in the past on the channel that were regrettably terrible. I would. There's really no arguing. They're really bad. But we are going to give it a shot. I do have the Elgato Facecam today, so we're going to unbox it. We're going to set it up, and then we're going to see how it compares. Now, bear in mind that I am using the classic streaming camera, which is the Logitech c920. So we're going to do a head-to-head comparison between both of them and see which is better. So let's get into it, shall we? All right, here we go. So this is the Elgato Facecam. So this does have full HD. It is 1080 60 frames per second. It does have the low latency, so it does have the uncompressed video as well. I'm super excited to see how this holds up in the streaming space. It is going to be, I feel, the premium camera for people that are not using DSLR cameras. So if you are looking at the Elgato ecosystem, I do have a Stream Deck, and I do have the key lights as well, which are what are illuminating me, if you will. So if you have already bought into the ecosystem that is Elgato, I believe that this will be right up your alley. I'm super excited to test out the software. I don't have it installed. I just received this today, so I'm super excited to set it up, see what the software is like. I absolutely love the Elgato software in general, so I'm super excited to get this in my stream and see how much it upgrades the stream with the field of view and making it so that way I can do a little bit more. So without further ado, let's open this up. I'm super excited to see the raw video, and the fact that this does have a wider field of view than the Elgato does. So with the actual camera angle and stuff, I'm hoping I can bring the camera in a little bit more, but we will see how that holds up. Now, in the box, I mean, it has the face cam privacy cap if you're worried about that, and also it does come with a exchangeable USB cable, a USB-C cable, and then the stand as well. So I'm super excited to see what the range is and how far it actually goes, because it does not have focus on it. And as always, we're looking at the standard Elgato boxing procedure. They do have the user manual, as well as very sleek packaging with the cable in here. And it is a rather long cable. This is actually not a bad cable. It does have USB-C to USB 3.0, as you can see right there. So I like the fact that it leaves you room to use USB-C to USB-C. That's just what I'm hoping to use this with, so that way I can have 3 camera angles. As you can see here, I have this camera angle, and I do have the one up here as well. So I'm hoping to get an extra camera angle in there, so we will see how that works out with buzz power. I would like to see if this is a bit of a heftier on the USB-C power scale, because this thing is quite massive in the hands. Let's get this. See, I love the fact that they have it in a little like light pouch here with their branded sticker. Let's get in there and see what this is about. Wow, yeah, this thing is massive. Look how big this thing is, thick with 3 C's, y'all. Oh my word. Yeah, see, this is a nice stand. It has the rotation forward and back here. And then it does have it's a little unfortunate that it doesn't have very much padding for like the angle on the side on the bottom here, so it's very much so a little bit on the thinner monitors might have a little bit of issue. Like I have a my second monitor over here is an ultra wide super thin monitor, and this would hang over it, so I don't know how well that would take to many monitors unless they have like a thicker lip here. And then as you can see, this is the part that does come off if you turn it off, like if you unpeel it off this way, and then you have your standard 3mm to set on a stand, which I will be using. So I will leave it off this because I'm going to have it on the stand that this camera is currently using. And then it has the cap here and it just pops off. See, the cool thing about this is I'm a huge fan of the fact that it does not have a microphone, because the microphones on webcams are notoriously bad, and I've had a lot of issues with the Logitech overtaking my traditional microphone, so it sounds like I'm in a an airplane jumping out of a wind tunnel. So this is actually really nice to see that Elgato is doing away with that. I am concerned about the actual distance away that you have to be, and the fact that there is no autofocus is also a good and also a bad thing. I'm not 100% sure, but the actual lens on this is much larger than the lens on the Logitech, so I'm excited to see the field of view that we're gonna get from this, and I'm super excited to see that that does have that detachable USB-C cable. So it's really nice that you're able to use USB to USB-C, and you can change the length. So no matter how far you are away from it, you will be able to connect it. So this would be, without the autofocus, this would be a great overhead camera that you can use to capture certain areas, like a pet cam or your setup cam or a secondary camera. So if you are using a DSLR, this would be a great, if you want to drop $200 on a high quality product, and we all know Elgato is a high quality product. You can use this as a nice secondary camera, but if you are looking for the just a general camera, like for me, as you can see, like with the lighting, and since I am of tanner skin, I do have the blessing of not having like washed out marks, and it's this the reason why my Logitech does look so good is because of the lighting that I have, and the temperature to my skin. Luckily, now with this, I'm going to be excited to be able to change out minor settings and give myself a little bit more definition, and I'm super excited to take a look at that. I'm super stoked to have this in my hand. It has great build quality, as we would expect from Elgato. They don't disappoint with that. But without further ado, why don't we step in to see what this is like when we hook it up? All right. So I have everything set up. So if you look over here, you'll see all the settings. So if you want to replicate these settings, I have it set to obviously the farthest field of view, which is 83.2 degrees. And then as well as I do have the contrast at 20%, the saturation at 55%, and the sharpness at +2. And now what I want you guys to do is I want you to see if you can figure out which one is the right one. Say, if you think the Logitech's the right one, say right. If you think the Elgato is the left one, say left. Let me know what you guys think in the comments section down below. I'm curious to see what you guys think is which. And then I also have the shutter speed to 1/64, so that way it's not super dark. And then I do have the ISO set to 169. Nice. And then I do have the temperature set to 3800 Kelvins to match my lighting to give me a little bit of a nicer feel. And I do have the noise reduction turned off currently. So now that we've gone through all of this, which one do you think is the Elgato, and which one do you think is the Logitech? I'm curious to see. So the one now for the answer, the one on the left hand side is actually a Logitech. So my whole thing with the Logitech is it does get a little washed out in, in with the lighting and everything like that. So you do tend to see the glare up close and down over here in the hue, and then which means that the other side, this one is the Elgato. You can see the tan of my skin, as well as it's has the proper amount of saturation. And I mean, you can honestly tell just by, waving. Can I give myself a high five? Hold on. No. Yeah, I don't know. I have no clue. but but I do love the clarity of the Elgato. This will be my main camera going forward, and I'm super excited to use it. It does feel much more high fidelity. It is a great place to get a midterm. Now, do I think that if you're coming into the streaming space, should you immediately go for the Elgato at a $200 price range? If you have the money, go for it. It is not necessary, but if you're looking to get a standard just webcam, the Logitech is by far still the industry standard for any starting streamer. So if you are just starting, I would honestly recommend you going and not investing too much money into it and sticking with the Logitech. But if you have the extra budget to spare, uh, go for the Elgato. This is by far one of the best webcams I've ever used, and it really does bridge that gap, I believe, from a DSLR to a webcam. Just the quality in and of itself is great, and I can't wait to get more use out of this. Guys, gals, everything in between and out of the spectrum, thank you for the most important thing, and that is your time. If any of this information in this video was helpful, please feel free to hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and most of all, if you guys want to come talk to me, see the camera in action, as if you have any questions. I do love to talk about tech and everything. My Twitch will be linked in the description below. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and hope to see y'all soon. So until next time. Bye bye.